the ability to take these intelligent entities, agents, whatever you want to call them, and be able to transform invoices into standard digital documents, PDF invoices and digital documents automatically, not changing how the vendor works much today at all. That was, one of the biggest aha moments. And then from there, building around that concept of how can we not change what all of the end users are doing today. Some like to work in this tool. Some don't like to work in any tool. Some don't like to work in any technology platform. They like to work offline. So how do we merge offline processes with online platforms and bring that together?
Thank you so much for joining another edition of The Never-Ending Climb for a Stronger Supply Chain and Procurement for Companies Running SAP. Today, I'd like to welcome back EJ. He is our General Manager of Convergent IS Labs. EJ, it's been a little while since you've been with us. Can you share a tiny bit of how much fun you're having and what you're enjoying the most?
It's been an awesome summer. It's been super fun building with the team, learning the team, learning the customers, and continuing to strengthen the relationship with SAP. Overall, within Convergent Labs, I am heavily focused on building a team of creatives and builders. And I love just bringing in people that just have that, unique brain that just love to create and love to build. And I think we have someone who's joining the call or sitting in the waiting
What's
room.
the knocking sound?
I don't know. What is that?
Hey! Hey, man!
Some familiar faces here.
What's going on, man?
Welcome to the team.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here. It's
That's
exciting.
awesome. So,
Welcome.
Bram, can you share a little bit about how, you were the original guy, or the OG,
The OG.
the OG of taking the Ariba Fieldglass ISBN products and then adding a bit of BTP in there to go make it do something special, right?
Mm.
Public
Yeah.
cloud, going to public cloud, and sometimes you needed to do something a little extra. How does that work?
It wasn't new actually, to be honest, because when I was implementing SAP back in the days in SRM, we did that all the time, extensions, Z programs, whatever you name it, we did it. So, when I joined the pre-sales team back in I don't even remember, 2016, 17 or something like that, I was really surprised to see we're just positioning standard products. And then you have, at least in Europe, you have a lot of big customers that came from an SRM world with, lots of customizations and a lot of extensions. And we were basically selling them, a standard platform, and they couldn't work with that. So that's basically where I started thinking, why aren't we positioning anything, where or a platform or something like that, where we can do, custom extensions on, and where we can really extend the process that we have in Ariba. And that is how it started in the end. And in the beginning, it was very difficult. It was very frustrating because on the SAP side, we had a platform. Back in the days, it was called HCP, the HANA Cloud Platform. So we were already doing some stuff with that.
I remember back then.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. So, but the problem is, we didn't have the APIs on the Ariba side. So that was in the beginning a bit of a challenge. So we were still using the old file adapters, and we were kind of hacking the system to make it work. And in the end, it worked. It wasn't perfect, but it was working. And I think that was also the reasoning why we were doing that is in the end to kind of convince the engineering team as well, hey guys, give us some APIs and we can build some really cool stuff on it. And that is basically how it started. So it started out kind of like Steve Jobs, in my garage doing stuff that, wasn't really paid for because I was paid for selling stuff. But in the end, I was building stuff to, sell more. And I think we got traction, we got a lot of traction with it. And we were able to convince the engineering team. And then, all of a sudden they threw a bunch of APIs at us. And then I was like, oh, now just start building some real stuff. So,
Hold my beer, watch this.
Yeah.
Did you know it could do this?
Yeah.
And
Bram, at the time, it wasn't a garage, right? It was a laundry room. That was the
it was
office.
laundry. It's still a laundry room, actually.
Still a laundry room. Yeah, that's the new age innovation zone, right? Start in the laundry room, keep things spinning, right?
Yeah, garages are too big and too expensive now. Inflation, shrinkflation.
Yeah. And, just to give kudos, because I know he hates it and I want to see him blush. Bram is an absolute Bram is an absolute legend in our industry. He's built incredible things. Everyone who's crossed paths with him knows he's a 1000Xer. He's a self-starter. He's a builder. He's not the type of person, that just is told what to do and then builds that exact thing. He thinks of it like the holistic picture of what needs to be built and how to build it, as opposed to just being told what to build and turning around and building it. He thinks multi-dimensionally in our world, which is incredible.
Yeah.
First time I met Bram, I didn't actually meet him. I was sitting in the audience and he gave a presentation in Europe that ended with a standing ovation, and people were walking away like, what in the heck was that? He was talking about machine learning models and AI and blockchain before any of those were buzzwords, let alone real products now today. So an absolute legend, and it is an absolute honor and just so excited to have you on the team. And I hate that we always wear the same T-shirt on
Always
every
the same,
call we
man. I didn't even realize it.
I hate it. It always happens.
So
Yeah, but it's cool.
I've been having so much fun because the speed and pace of conversations around things that we've been working on and how some of those are just going even faster right now. I mean, some of the AI invoice automation capability that we've got already processing billions of dollars for one of our customers, and how that and your experience and everything that you're bringing to the team, man, I am super excited for what we're releasing in October. And guys, I know we don't want to spill the beans completely here. It's a little too soon, so stay tuned, everybody. Wait for October. Mind blowing.
And mind blowing.
So,
and
we got to move quick. We
got
a lot of work to do.
It's coming soon. So let's share just a few ideas. EJ, can we start with you of like the parts that you're most excited about? Not exactly what it is, but like how it helps.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it started with what you guys were doing with the invoice automation tool, right? The ability to take these intelligent entities, agents, whatever you want to call them, and be able to transform invoices into standard digital documents, PDF invoices into digital documents automatically, not changing how the vendor works much today at all. That was, one of the biggest aha moments. And then from there, building around that concept of how can we not change what all of the end users are doing today. Some like to work in this tool. Some don't like to work in any tool. Some don't like to work in any technology platform. They like to work offline. So how do we merge offline processes with online platforms and bring that together is really what, we've been talking about over the last few weeks and months, Sean and I, and now since Bram has come, Bram's brain is insane. It just moves at a pace that is so much faster than the average human. Like for a bit I had the MacBook Air and now I have the MacBook Pro. Bram is the MacBook Pro and he just moves so much faster. And just having you here for just a short amount of time, the ability to just take an idea, we go to sleep, we wake up, you're in Europe, and you already have that idea built out. It's the most incredible thing.
It's also pretty good at being in different time zones in the end. Then when you're to sleep,
does
I
kinda
can, calmly work on stuff. And when you wake up, we can brainstorm about stuff again. And that's how the magic basically comes to life, right?
Yeah.
Brainstorm mode, building mode.
Yeah, it's a healthy relationship. He has to prepare for me and be like, this guy doesn't shut up.
And he's Dutch, so he says it too. I love this. So, guys, when we're launching this at Spend Connect Live this October, I know there's a whole bunch of folks that are going to get a preview of it. There's a few analysts and a select few that get their hands on it early. So I know we'll be coordinating some of the news. And the few customers that are piloting this right now, I am just ecstatic about the feedback. So I think this is going to be one of the biggest releases of a SAP product built by sort of kind of SAP, but an SAP partner. And I love that this is coming, and I am so grateful to you guys and the rest of our team for all making this happen. I can't wait to see all of you at Spend Connect Live. And I know EJ and Bram and I are excited with a few folks from our team to see you there. And this is going to be so much fun, guys. This has been a special short edition of The Never Ending Climb for stronger supply chain and procurement for companies running SAP. We'll see you again next week. Thanks,
See you
everybody.
in Vegas.
In Vegas, yeah.